Hi everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Gihan Hyde and I am the CEO and founder of Communique. We are the ESG integration and communication consultancy. With me today is the wonderful Nadia Benaissa, and she is the global marketing director for BPC. Hi Nadia.
Hi, Jihan. How are you?
I am very, very well. First of all, thank you so much for coming on this video. And let's begin. For those of us who did not hear about BPC, can you tell us who you are, where you're located, and what is the problem that you're trying to solve for your clients?
Sure. So BPC stands for Banking, Payment, and Commerce. So we design solutions for financial institutions, government, transport companies, fintechs, and even beyond, which can be deployed, at their premise or using the cloud. We have been in business for about 25 years, so driving innovation in the payment industry. So we tend to support, in the way people bank, people pay, get paid, or move. Our involvement is across the entire payment value chain. So we tend to work with institutions like banks, central banks, fintechs, transport organizations, e-commerce institutions. And to give you a couple of examples, so we act at, I would say, the acquiring side. So, for example, the acceptance of payments, or the issuing side when you need to issue payment methods such as cards or others. If I may give you a couple of examples to be even more factual,
Yes, please.
we supported, for example, central banks establishing national payment systems so that ones like you and me can use an ATM network, a POS, pay in shop across a nation. We supported financial institutions such as banks to undergo their digital transformation program, to make everything, digital, launching a mobile application, driving their posts and their merchant services. Or we supported fintechs. Sometimes when they want to create a value proposition on their own, we white label to them. So, for example, if they wanted to support merchants and launch a payment service proposition, so we would provide them with cloud services that they can plug and play and in their turn do and run their own business. So I would say those are a couple of examples. We do this from different locations. So we are headquartered in Switzerland. We have our innovation labs in the Netherlands, but we are quite often a typical organization where we tend to have kind of very independent regional offices from Latin America, APAC, Middle East and Africa, and Europe. But we also have a lot of people working remotely from about, more than 40 countries, because we believe in being close to the customers. We believe in localizations in the way we do things, and we feel that this is how we differentiate. So we could not do that with our 1,200 people really spread around the world.
Okay, and how many employees are you?
So we are about 1,200 employees.
Wow. Okay. So I'm aware of the amazing work you guys are doing in the environmental, social, and governance, i.e., ESG space. Can you walk me through some of the initiatives that you are doing to impact our people and planet? And treat me as someone who doesn't understand your world, please, Nadia.
Absolutely. So I would say as a fintech company, we have the power to make an impact in various industries. So you know that financial services are everywhere. You need to pay, whether you are a consumer or a business. Payment is present in healthcare, agriculture, small businesses, public transport, and more. So if I may share a couple of examples on how people's lives have been impacted, businesses have been impacted, and our planet as well. I would probably start with one initiative we started in December 2019, which is our agri-tech marketplace. So it's called Safal Fasal, which was launched in India. It means successful harvest. So we wanted to solve problems in the agriculture, I would say, industry. And the idea came from our founder who was traveling, in India, and he could see how the agriculture sector was really the backbone of the economy, but how it was underserved by financial institutions. So he decided to come up with this ecosystem where everyone could thrive. So we created that marketplace, which brings together farmers, and not any farmers, especially the small parcel farmers who have the most difficulties to run their business or to get access to finance. We bring them together with retailers, so the buyers, and we added on top of it, all potential partners that could bring value. So they started with financial institutions and banks. So, for example, ICICI Bank joined us in this initiative, insurance companies, input and output companies, and also NGOs, because we thought that it was very important that we really make an impact at the lower part of the pyramid. So what we did is that marketplace helps farmers sell their products, retailers buy their products, negotiate pricing, get preferred, I would say, rates when you need to buy equipment or seeds. So everybody wins in a certain way, but the impact it has is much bigger than that. So you see that BPC has created that platform, the technology behind it to run it. So we create the marketplace, which is not your typical, I would say, website or mobile application where you can buy and sell. It has really a payment engine behind, but we run, I would say, a bit of a human component behind it, because you need that if you want to, I would say, deliver on your digital transformation strategy. You cannot do that without the human component. So we started to create a bit of an education program, education towards the way they use financial services, education towards the way they use water, energy, pesticide or not use pesticide, the way they can empower women who actually represent, the majority of the workforce in agriculture as well. And we managed to onboard about 500,000 farmers, I would say, in over a year, that could transact for about 150 a million USD, and who could really grow their business throughout the platform. So we find this very, very successful. We are now translated this model into different industries, because we could have done this in agriculture. It can work in any others, be it education, be it healthcare, be it, something that is really strong and important for a country. We've done that now in Ivory Coast, in other sector, like the coffee cocoa industry. And when you see the impact is really, really big. So it's on people's life, it's on their revenue, it's on, businesses, how they run a business, how they can grow it. It's on the way we impact on the planet. And we believe that, of course, as a fintech, we create technology, but we need to create the technology that has a purpose and that respond to much more of, I would say, the problems that we identify in those markets or those industries. But we could not do it on our own as a fintech company. And I think it's a very important point to strengthen, is that the partnership is very important. We are not specialized in environment. So we needed the right people to help us and educate and, do the follow-up. But we are happy to take the lead on it. And I think this is about a mindset, really working with organizations that have the same mindset, and that decide really to make an impact this way. And I think if we do that together, fintech with other type of partners, we can really have a much bigger impact across the globe. So this is a first example, I would say, that is quite particular and that is still ongoing. And we hope to grow and make an impact on 5 million, the lives of 5 million farmers within the next 3 years. So really fingers crossed for us to continue to grow and to make that business model, profitable at some point, because there's, of course, a business behind it as well. I would say if I can take a second example, that would be, again, we're going to move to a completely different industry, but it's what's beautiful about payment and technology. We've evolved recently into providing payment solutions and services to transport organization. As you can see, if you live in London, you are used to the Oyster card, or you can pay with any card across public transport. But this is not the case of many, many cities around the world. And many have, I would say, on their agenda as a top priority to improve their public transport system for, environmental reason, for practical reason, because they need to connect cities together as well. So there's an opportunity there again to create technology that can make a bigger impact. And what we've done is that we've created a venture called OCT for open cities, but also for zero paper, zero energy, zero waste, so that we can empower people to just buy tickets using their mobile. No need to queue at a kiosk, no need to have kiosks that consume lots of energy 24/7, no need to have paper printed, and erase, those unnecessary, I would say, tools that you may need to take to hop on a train or metro or a bus. Again, we don't do that in the very large cities around the world, but we tend to go to cities where there's a strong need, where sometimes we start from scratch, but we can make a difference from the beginning. So those cities start from the Philippines, or I can give you the example of Kenya, where we empowered, I'm not sure if you're aware of those matatu buses, which are, very colorful buses that people share usually for a ride around
Oh
Nairobi and
yes,
even
yes.
beyond.
We have them. We
So
have them in Egypt. Yes.
exactly. So you have also the same in the Philippines. So we empower those to move beyond cash. First of all, we were fortunate, I would say, if I may say fortunate, to have really an acceleration of adoption during COVID
Okay.
because people did not want to touch the money as well. But now you can do everything using your mobile or any payment method you already have in your pocket, pending it's not cash. And you can pay for the exact amount. So it means that there's no more argument on, do not have change, or I cannot return the change, or there's a change of rate and so forth. So everything is all digitally done. It's faster because you can hop on a train. He doesn't have to stop, for too long. So it's much faster service. But again, there's no ticket, no paper. So it helps everyone, and everyone is happy, I would say, from the riders to the drivers to the owner of those buses. And those, to show you, I would say, how fast it's going. So in a year alone, we've empowered from 1,000 buses when we started to 10,000 today. So it's really moving fast, and it's moving everywhere. So it's not only metro train, it's buses, it's taxi, it's toll gates. It's when we visit anything around the city, parks, anything that is owned by, I would say, the municipality, could be one application or one way of one method of paying, and that again erases
And
paper, erases waste of time, and makes it convenient for everybody.
I guess this also plays into the social as well, where the well-being part, there's no stress in your journey. You're already so tired anyways, trying to earn your living, and you really don't want to add to it, I guess, in the transportation
Exactly. You want to
aspect.
get from A to B, and you just want it to be easy. And I would say, as a customer as well as a traveler, I want the transport companies to know a bit more about myself. So if I'm a student and transport should be free, it should be fully automated. Why do I need to get extra, I would say, paperwork done? Same if I'm an elderly and I should get a discount, it can be automated as well. So the power of technology goes really beyond. And we have embedded social welfare into some of the cities that we've been empowering as well.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so my last question to you, Nadia. I know for a fact, by working in the fintech industry and helping my clients to integrate ESG within their business model, that the fintech companies are doing wonderful work when it comes to environmental impact and social impact, but they don't shout about it. And that really saddens me, I must admit. Why do you think your fellow fintechs are not telling the rest of the normal people like myself how wonderful they are?
I think there's actually lots of noise around ESG, and it's about complying, being seen by investors, ticking the boxes. And a lot could be perceived as, we follow the crowd, we do tree planting, we do carbon footprint, we do the no plastic. But I think many fintechs are doing things differently. And
Yes.
you are right, they are not shouting enough about it. I think they are truly, impacting on the E, the S, and the G. They understand it and they think beyond box. They might specialize in one, solving one critical problems, but they see the whole picture, as compared to probably, very large organizations that probably have donation, initiatives and so forth. So the way fintech do it is very differently, but I agree with you that my peers should talk more about their own initiatives. But what I strongly believe is that they are walking the talk and they are making an impact. And, all of those small initiatives will have the largest impact in the coming years. I think it will really drive the change in the way we do business, the way we create technology, to really have ESG embedded into it. And I feel that government should support also fintechs because they are really the most creative
Yes.
in bringing, technology and with a purpose around solving ESG challenges as well. So definitely shout out to my peers that are doing things differently, but we should talk more about it, definitely.
I hope so. Well, thank you for your time. And by the way, Nadia, if someone has any more questions, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I'm very open to receive, LinkedIn direct connections, messages. So you can reach out to me through LinkedIn or at my email address, which is benaissa at bpcbt.com.
We'll add it to the show notes, that's for sure.
Sure.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Nadia, once more. Take care.
Thanks, Gihan, for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.